The Pink Panther had an accident on its first flight. The plane suddenly dropped it off. The Pink Panther slipped onto an ice floe. It glanced at a signpost. The nearest town was still 20 kilometers away. So the Pink Panther began leaping forward. Unexpectedly, it landed right on top of a polar bear. It hopped along the ice, escaping swiftly. But soon, there was no more ice to land on. The next iceberg was far away, and the polar bear was close on its heels. Suddenly, a seal appeared, pushing the ice floe that the Pink Panther stood on and helping it flee. The polar bear could only rage in place. When they reached an iceberg, the Pink Panther thanked the seal and said it was headed to Rome, and that they should part ways. But before long, it realized the seal had followed it. It harshly drove the seal away. The seal watched the Pink Panther's back and shed tears. Along the way, the Pink Panther encountered a hunter named White. White asked if it had seen the seal, but the Pink Panther denied it. Unbeknownst to it, the seal was right behind them. At the first sight of the seal, White dashed to capture it. The Pink Panther cleverly tripped him. The seal struck with its nose and tail, flinging him into an iceberg. Icicles fell and trapped him. The Pink Panther resumed its journey. Suddenly it heard something. Turning its head, it found the polar bear pursuing again. It took off running, but was cornered at a cliff. The ice beneath their feet cracked just as the polar bear caught up. Both tumbled down. The Pink Panther was caught safely by the little seal. The polar bear crashed onto the ice. After separating from the seal, the Pink Panther saw White driving a sled toward them. Then it saw the polar bear. The seal had been captured by White, but fortunately White crashed into an iceberg. The Pink Panther seized the opportunity to rescue the seal. At that moment the polar bear charged. The Pink Panther dodged aside, and the polar bear slammed into an iceberg. White then began mocking the bear. Angered, the bear yanked the sled, flinging White into the iceberg and off a ledge. White and the polar bear fell together. Now the polar bear had changed its target. The Pink Panther looked at the grieving seal and decided to leave together with it.